Yes, we're ready. Just give me a couple of seconds. Yes, I find it.
Live streaming is on.
Bowie,
Yes,
you can go ahead.
sure. Okay. Hello, everybody. I am Bowie Lau. A bit quick introduction of myself. I'm a woman with many faces. I'm an angel investor. I'm a VC and an entrepreneur. And today, I'm here to talk about the investor's perspective on trends in alternative investments. Now, before I start, I have a disclaimer. Anything I say should not be construed as any form of financial advice or solicitation to invest. Before making any investment decision, please ensure that you do your own research and you do your own due diligence. Now, people might ask, what is alternative investment? According to Wikipedia, in alternative investment is an investment in any asset class excluding stock, bonds, or cash. The term is a relatively loose one and includes intangible assets such as precious metals, art, wine, antiques, coins or stamp, and some financial assets such as real estate, venture capital, private equity, hedge fund, or even cryptocurrencies. Since alternative investment is a very broad topic, today my focus will be strictly on technologies. Technology plays a unique role in the international trade landscape. As a category, it represents one of the largest segments of U.S. trade. This reflects the insatiable demands of consumers and businesses for the latest and greatest in devices, applications, content, and by extension, the underlying digital infrastructure to make it all work. Additionally, as an enabling force, trade-in technology, goods and services create its own virtuous cycle. The more technology is put into use, the more businesses and consumers have the tools to communicate, create, and exchange, thereby encourage even more trade. Now let's see some figures. Digital around the world in 2020. According to United Nations, the total population globally has estimated about 7.8 billion people. Urbanization rate is about 55%. For mobile phone user, estimated 5.19 billion people. Penetration rate is 67%. The international internet users has about 4.54 billion, which is about 59% penetration rate. And active social media users such as Twitter, Facebook, or LinkedIn has about 3.8 billion people. Penetration rate is 49%. The next slide is global digital growth. This is a year-on-year change in essential indicators of digital adoption. So compared to January 2020 versus January 2019, there is about 1.1% increase in population, representing 82 million. For mobile phone users has about 2.4% increase, representing 124 million people. Internet user has 7% increase, representing almost 300 million people. Active social media user actually has the highest increase, which is 9.2%, representing 321 million people. Now, here's some fun facts. Did you know how much time do you spend on internet? On average, people spend about 6 hours and 43 minutes on internet. And among that, they will be spending about 2 hours and 24 minutes on social media. People use about 3 hours watching televisions, online videos, or movies. And people spend about an hour and 26 minutes listening to music. And even playing online games spend about an hour and 10 minutes. For online game, I think this figure should be a little bit more, especially during the COVID-19 virus crisis. During the lockdown, everybody stay home, so lots of people play a lot of online game. So I have provided quite a lot of figures for you to digest, but these figures actually give us a lot of important insights on the technology trends. The first investment trend I like to highlight is Internet of Things. So what is IoT? IoT is a piece of hardware device that transmits data from one place to another over the internet. There are two types of IoT that you should be aware of. One is industrial IoT. Second is consumer IoT. Industrial IoT is example of robots in the factory. Could be sensors, could be surveilling cameras. For consumer IoT's example, could be smart devices that you use on a daily basis. We use our smartphones, smartwatches, and even laptops. According to Business Insider, they project that there will be more than 41 billion IoT devices by 2027, up from about 8 billion in 2019. 5G networks will figure into many companies' IoT projects before the year is out, with about 39% of respondents to the survey saying they plan to support 5G in IoT products and services before 2021. Now, we know that IoT is a mainstream, but IoT also has, come with lots of security concern. Security continues to concern a lot of IoT developers. Number one, IoT data security and privacy issues. Data protection and privacy concerns will present the greatest problems in today's interconnected world. Data is steadily being leveraged, conveyed, collected, and processed by big enterprises handling a broad array of IoT devices, like smart TVs, connected printers, and smart sensors. Second problem will be IoT update risk. Presently, there are about 23 billion IoT-linked devices across the globe. Those numbers are projected to grow to 30 billion by 2020, and then 60 billion by 2025. This massive wave of modern devices does not come without cost. The most significant difficulty with IoT businesses developing devices is not considering the security risk. There are many issues with IoT products, especially regarding comprehensive updates. Many devices do not receive adequate security updates. Unfortunately, if the device is not sufficiently updated, then the previous safe device becomes vulnerable to hackers and other security problems, malware attacks on IoT. Now, I have talked about a lot of problems associated with IoT. Do we have any solutions? With many security concerns, he's come to my next investment trend, blockchain. Here's what blockchain is all about in one sentence. Blockchain is a distributed, decentralized, and immutable ledger secured by a network of participants where trust is optional. Blockchain can help alleviate the security and scalability concerns associated with the IoT in different ways. First, the distributed ledger in the blockchain system is tamper-proof, and this removes the need of trust amongst the involved parties. No single organization has control over the vast amount of data generated by IoT devices. Second, using blockchain to store IoT data would add another layer of security that hackers will need to bypass in order to get access to the network. Blockchain provides a much more robust level of encryption that makes it virtually impossible to overwrite existing data records. Third, blockchain provides transparency. By allowing anyone who is authorized to access the network to track the transactions that happens in the past. This can provide a reliable way to identify a specific source of any data leakages and take a quick corrective action if needed. Fourth, blockchain can enable fast processing of transaction and coordination among billions of connected devices. As the number of interconnected devices grow, the distributed ledger technology provides a viable solution to support the processing of the large number of transactions. By providing a way of enable trust among the stakeholders, blockchain can allow IoT companies to reduce the cost by eliminating the processing overheads related to IoT gateways. You see this year, companies like FedEx, Walmart, and MasterCard are heavily investing into blockchain technology. The second key technology I'd like to highlight is cybersecurity. With IoT, you basically can have leverage blockchain and cybersecurity combined together to help you. Cybersecurity can enhance data access protection, avoid data deletion or corruption, and avoid data replacement. And security is one of the toughest things to get right. A hacker only needs to win once, but businesses must get it right every single time. Worldwide spending on information security and risk management system will reach about 133 billion in 2020, increasing to 174 billion in 2022. Approximately 50 billion will be dedicated to protecting the endpoint according to Gartner's latest information security and risk management forecast. Cloud security platform and application sales are predicted to grow from 636 million in 2020 to 1.6 billion in 2023. And this is all in US dollar, attaining 36.8% compound annual growth rate and leading all categories of information and security risk management systems. Application security is forecast to grow from 3.4 billion in 2020 to 4.5 billion in 2023, attending 9.7 compound annual growth rate, 9.7%. Securities services is projected to be 66.9 billion market this year, increasing from 62 billion in 2019. AI, machine learning, and the race to improve security. The majority of information security teams, cybersecurity analysts, are overwhelmed today analyzing security loss, preventing breach attempts, investigating potential fraud incidents, and more. 69% of senior executives believe AI and machine learning are necessary to respond to cyber attacks, according to Gemini study. Reinventing cybersecurity with artificial intelligence, the following graph compares the percentage of organizations by industry who are relying on AI to improve their cybersecurity. 80% of telecommunication executives believe the organization would not be able to respond to cyber attacks without AI, with the average being 69% of all enterprises across 7 industries. Now, if blockchain can solve all the IoT security problems, there will be a massive of data generated from all the IoT devices. People might have a saying, data is the new oil of the digital economy. When it comes to data, there are 2 types of data we need to be aware of: structured data and unstructured data. Structured data refers to any data reside in a fixed field within a record or file. That includes data contains in relational databases and spreadsheets. Examples are sales record, customers' information such as age, gender, etc. Unstructured data is the information that either does not have a predefined data or is not organized in a predefined manner. Unstructured information is typically text-heavy, but may contain data such as dates, numbers, and facts as well. To me, the unstructured data is far more valuable. Why? Here's why. 1, unstructured data provides a comprehensive data story. Unstructured data include text file, email content, social media data, website information, mobile data, communication, media, information from business application, and so much more. 80% of the stored information is actually unstructured data, but it's also important to know that it's growing at the rate of 55 to 65% a year. Unstructured data might not be well organized or easy to access, but they provide the key to getting a comprehensive answer to your most pressing business questions. This can include anything from who your customer are, what customer preferences are, what goals and successes your competitors are experiencing, attitudes of top industry participants, and so much more. Without this data, it's difficult to ask the right business questions and nearly impossible to find the right answers. Second, unstructured data helps you improve customer experience. Structured data might give you information about customers' age, birthday, gender, total sales, etc. But you need unstructured data to learn what customers are saying on social media, how customers are responding to your email marketing campaigns, and what the overall opinions are for your customers. In other words, how much easier would it be to understand what your customers want than by hearing it straight from source rather than trying to make sense of raw numbers on a sales report? Unstructured data offer the key to helping you really getting to know about your customers. You can come to understand things like what trends they value on social media, what opinions they have, and ultimately what they want from your brand. When your brand is armed with this information, you will see your customers' satisfaction rate and return on investment will improve. Third, unstructured data creates the path for advanced business innovation. Another benefit company experience by capturing and analyzing unstructured data is the ability to see the gaps in the industry. When the industry understands what customers want and how current products, services, or technology are not delivering, it's easier to innovate with new features that meet those customer and industry needs. Unstructured data provides valuable insights that leads the way for your businesses to fill gaps and provide businesses that meet new customers' needs. Now, here's the one sentence I will share with everyone. Whoever can master the unstructured data will be the winner in the future. With mountains of data, you need AI to help process the big data and help with analyzing and making good prediction on your business. With AI and machine learning, a critical system that are continue evolving to provide IoT users with the tools they need to analyze mountains of data and quickly distinguish usable insights, while edge computing solutions are growing more central to IoT discussion and easily sophisticated as customers seek to reduce data transmission costs and lower inactivity. Here are the top challenges when working with data for machine learning. Getting accurate information about coverage history and population of the data. Second, identification of incomplete or corrupt records. Third, capacity to manage the size and frequency of the data. And last, cleaning and normalization of the data. With all these problems potentially solved by blockchain and cybersecurity and IoT, AI's capability will be endless. It can enhance the credit scoring. You can have more accurate market analysis, enhance the reputation system. You can get a more comprehensive risk management report and have more in-depth trading, investment idea generation, and so on. So the capability is endless. But still, there's still a lot of challenges to be addressed, such as increasing regulatory requirements in all different countries, ongoing pressure on returns. As a VC or a private equity, all the investor will continue to expect a lot of higher return on their investment. So the pressure is ongoing. The cost of maintaining complex and legacy technology platform is high. The emergence of new technology and offering, that will be another challenge. And nowadays, all the client expectations are getting higher and higher. People are no longer be satisfied with a very simple application. We continue to want more, and we want it for free. So, and last challenge is the talents. So getting AI expert and data analysis and analysts still continue to be a challenge to recruit in the world. Now, my next investment trend would be online collaborative tools and video conferencing. Before the COVID outbreak, Zoom's revenue, the growth rate was already crazy. During its fiscal year in 2020, ending on January 31st, the revenue jumped from 622.7 million, up 88% year over year. Those spectacular results triggered the interest of investors too. The company's stock price increased to 170 USD, up about roughly 470% compared to its IPO. The IPO price, for your information, it was only $36 per share. It was last April 2019. Next one is the working from home, remote working. Last week, Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg predicted that 50% of their company could be working remotely in the next 5 to 10 years. Facebook's huge shift to remote work will likely reshape global office culture and transform the San Francisco Bay Area as other tech are encouraged to follow its needs. Project-based platforms such as Upwork, Guru, Freelancer.com will be mostly benefit from this change. Another thing I would like to talk about is gaming and entertainment. Digital video game spending hits record high on the virus lockdown, and gaming has seen a huge boost this year, as hundreds of millions of people have been forced to stay at home. To measure this year, to slow the spread of COVID-19, individuals are turning to games as a reliable entertainment option during the COVID-19 crisis and use online multiplayer to keep in touch with others. Gaming has seen a huge boost this year as hundreds of millions of people. And one of the True Global Venture, which is my venture capital fund portfolio company, the Sandbox is a great example. The Sandbox is a community-driven platform where creators can monetize asset and gaming experience on the blockchain. The Sandbox is a virtual world built by its players. Players can create online virtual world, and you can buy virtual land, and you can build anything you want, and you can also monetize your land and creations. So end of March 2020, they just did the third pre-sale virtual land and making a total of 3,400 ethers, or more than equivalent to 450,000 USD at the current exchange rate. Another one would be Netflix. Netflix is another great example. Netflix get about 16 million new signups thanks to the lockdown in Q1. The home entertainment giant's share price has climbed more than 30% this year as investors bet on this ability to benefit from people spending more time indoors. Another one is digital services, including online education. The COVID-19 has resulted in schools shut all across the world. Globally, over 1.2 billion children are out of classroom. As a result, education has changed dramatically, with the unique rise of e-learning, whereby teaching is undertaken remotely on the digital platforms. So research suggests that online learning has seen shown to increase retention of information and takes less time, meaning the changes coronavirus have caused might be here to stay. While countries are different point in the COVID-19 infection rate, worldwide there are currently more than 1.2 billion children in 186 countries affected by school closure due to pandemic. So I get to ask a lot of questions from a lot of entrepreneurs, and since the conference today has a mixture of audience, including investors and entrepreneurs and startups, the question is, what do VC really looking for? We are really looking for the real problems to solve. if you have a legitimate problem and a real solution to solve, we're here to, we're open up to hear that. And we also like to have a solid validation. So these are the key few points that I think, even if you are investor, those are the key factors that you should take into consideration. And for startups and entrepreneur, and you should follow these factors before you approach any investor or venture capitals. One last but not least, one of the investment trend that I will highly recommend to everybody is to invest yourself. There are plenty of ways. Here's just 36 ways to invest yourself. One, get yourself educated. Education mostly is free online nowadays. When education is free, knowledge is free and turn to something, a skill set. When you have a skill set, you can definitely turn something valuable. And go learn something new online, read a book, eat healthy, invest your money. Those are the few examples that you should do. This is definitely one of the investment trends I would highly recommend everyone to follow. Once again, I wanted to thank the organizer Ivan for inviting me for this keynote, and I also thank all the audience for listening to me. This is my contact information. You're welcome to connect me on LinkedIn. You can simply scan the QR code, and I believe I'm